You know, learning to do that dance really took it out of me. I stand up like about 5 times a week. You know what it is by now, it's number 5. The rip in the knee, that's not a stylish choice, that is a laziness choice. I'll ignore it, and you'll ignore it, and we'll all be happy, okay? This is an update on the game I've been working on. Actually, don't look at that, it's not finished yet. I'll just cover this right here. Look, it'll be good in the future. It's just, you know, it's a prototype. Like, give me a chance, dude. You remember the thing the funny turtle would say? Today is a gift.
That is why it is called a present.
I'm gonna play the intro now. So, see ya.
Monkey.
In the last video, I showed some sketches for rooms. I'm doing a Binding of Isaac type thing, so rooms. Now, over the weeks, I've been turning those sketches into blockouts. The term blockout is just a fancy gamer word for, well, not a gamer word, but
You're not watching the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, you're gonna turn into a Goomba!
it's a fancy word that means prototype level. So it looks like this. You see how blocky they are? That's where they get the name from. The actual piece of code that places all the rooms has already been finished. It just places rooms adjacent to each other, and it uses cells as a way to sort of put everything on a grid. Hey, it's editing me. I gave a terrible explanation for how the cells work in the original recording, so I'm just gonna do it over here. Now, there are different sized rooms, but the room placement is still grid-based. It's just the grid is on the cells, which are the building blocks of the rooms. So the cells are what's on the grid. The rooms are just made out of cells. So that's why I say grid-based, but there's different sized things. You get the picture. Now with the explanation out of the way, the rooms were getting placed as expected, but a new problem came up. Every single enemy in the dungeon was active and seeking the player from the second they were spawned. Enemy AI that's running amok, doing absolutely whatever it wants for no reason, and it just existing with no actual purpose, is a problem. That's gonna be a problem because it's memory intensive. Say it with me now. Memory intensive. Very good! Memory intensive just means it's hogging up more RAM than it probably should. They're hogging up too much processing power, and it's gonna lag the game if a dungeon gets too big. To stop this whole memory intensive shenanigan, I combined 2 things. I have a spawn point manager. I have a bunch of enemy spawn points. The new enemy spawning system. Shit, it's not done yet. Gonna have to do it, but I'm tired. Fuck. Oh shit, yeah, the spawning system. Yeah, I got it right here. Yeah, it's all finished over here. Let me just show you, hold on. Pardon the mess. Gets a little busy. Sometimes. So yeah, here's the spawning system. So you just, hold on, arrow key. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so yeah, you just go through there, it takes you to the other room. You see the monsters spawn. See it right there. It works perfectly fine. Hey, listen, can we get a monster sponsor in the comments, please? So I just plug that bad boy in, have it wait for the player to enter the room, and bam! No more memory, nor intensive. Yeah. Put the deal with it shades on me. I'm so cool. Hey, stick around for more. There's more where that came from. So another important is the camera. And you might be wondering why I'm talking about the camera in the dungeon section. And, well, you know, I'm gonna explain it. Like, wait, jeez. You know, patience? It's one of the 7 lively virtues. What's the opposite of deadly? There's hope. There's sugar, spice, everything nice, chemical X, and patience. So there's this really good tool in Unity for like camera shit. It's called Cinemachine. Cinemachine takes the word work out of camera work and tosses it away. So you have camera, and then it puts in the word good, and we have camera good, and then it takes the word work back, and we put it back in there. We have camera work good. Cinemachine make camera work good. You get it? Also, it's free. I can't see how in the economy of current year, you'd be making a tool like that for free. I'm a cheapskate. I'd do it for money. I'd sell it. Thank you for not being a greedy bitch like me, Sienna Machine Dev. First task was to keep the camera like within the confines of the room, so you don't see anything past the wall. I don't want you seeing what I have past there. You don't want to see that. It's mostly bugs. Don't tell anyone. If the camera just mindlessly followed the player, we would run into issues like this, where half the screen is just the wall and what's beyond the wall, and the other half of the screen is where the player can actually go, but you only have half a screen's worth of seeing where you could go. That kinda sucks. Turns out the confines thing was pretty easy to do. You just use a Cinema Machine extension called Confiner 2D and give it a collider that it represents the room's confines, and that's it really. Like, you're done. And here's a good tutorial on it. It's pretty good. What's the guy's name? I forget the guy's name. Put it on screen. Link in description for this video and every other video that I show, so you know, whenever you wanna see them, just, you know, go down there and, you know, maybe like press the like button. Okay, look, I hate begging just as much as you hate being begged too, but we're all playing this algorithm game and I need to do this just so I can start getting more subs. I'm at 25, bro. Don't blame the rat, blame the maze. Now with that out of the way, we're up to our next issue, which is the camera won't follow the player through rooms. The editor me, I know in the previous recording the camera was already following the player between rooms and shit. Just ignore it because I recorded that after I added the room code, so just pretend it's not solved yet and watch me solve it. Okay, thank you, bye. Now, with most things in games, it's always easier said than done when you're thinking of adding a feature like this one. But actually this one was easier done than said. It was pretty fucking easy to do. Actually changing the confines of the camera wasn't that hard at all. The tricky part would have been to actually trigger this whole swapping thing, but I use this little piece of coding magic called an event. So whenever the player enters a room, it will fire this event, the on-player entered event, and the script that swaps the confiner is listening for that event. When that event gets fired, it will just do the swap. Easy as shit. So now the big task is to make the map and minimap. And like every big task, first you have to break it down. This task breaks down into 3 smaller tasks. The first one is to make a little section where the map's like icons and shit are displayed. Think of it like a window into the map. The next part is to highlight the current room, just so the player knows where they are in the map. For this one I just chose a dot. It works, it's quick, it's simple, I don't need to spend time making it look good, and I don't have the time to make it look good. The final task is to actually display the rooms. This is where you're going to have all of the squares that represent rooms actually shown through the display. And this one was a fucking doozy. The display itself is actually pretty easy to do. You just create another camera and set that to only render things on a specific layer, which I call the map layer. Cat, stop eating my wire. Fuck, I lost my train of thought now. So the map camera will only see things on that specific layer, while the main camera for your player will see everything but that map layer. Meaning on the map camera, only things on the map layer will be displayed. Okay, so step 2 is pretty easy. You remember that screaming shit I was talking about earlier? It's actually the same thing, and it uses the same exact event, the on-room enter event. Editor me again, that screaming shit was from a piece of the video that I cut out because it was getting too long. I was using this analogy where an event sender would scream and an event listener would listen. Anyway, I don't need to get into all that. If you wanna see that part of the video, you can actually go to the Patreon and go on the... I don't have a Patreon. So I just create this circle over here to represent the player, and I make a little piece of code that subscribes to the on-room entered event, and whenever the on-room entered event gets fired, the little dot is going to move itself to where the player is. Step 3 sounds like a pretty easy thing to solve. You know, you just manually create an icon for every single room and put that icon on the map, and Bob's your uncle, you're done. However, that is not scalable. Scalable is another one of those gamer words I mentioned earlier. Not that kind of gamer word. Every room has a collider, a composite collider, that is used to show the bounds of that room. So it kind of works like an outline. And you'd think it would be pretty easy to take that outline and make an icon out of it. You'd think, wouldn't you? You're wrong. Jesus Christ. You know how fucking hard it was to just turn this shape into this other shape? I'm gonna try to compress everything I did in like 2 minutes of explanation, but this took me 10 straight hours of work. So the easiest way to do this on Unity was to take the collider and turn it into this type of object called a mesh. And from the mesh, I took out all of the vertices, which are like plot points on a graph, and all that's left is to get the program to draw out these vertices. Wait, that's not supposed to happen. So turns out Unity does not provide the vertices in any particular order, meaning when I'm expecting to get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm actually getting a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as I'm doing this, I'm like, my coder sense was tingling. I'm like, ooh, I sense it. This is gonna fucking suck. I spent a good, I think 2 or 3 hours literally just searching and thinking and pacing around my room, just trying to figure out how the hell am I going to take this collider and turn it into a shape. It's just, it's mind-boggling just how fucking annoying it was to do this. So massive shout out to the Unity community of people who just talk about their problems all day, not about their real life problems, like their coding problems, right? Like Unity forums is not going to fix your failing marriage, Jared. So one very smart boy on the Unity forums explained how to do this, and that's what I'm going to say now. Because this is a YouTube video and I explain what I did in the past couple weeks on this YouTube channel. So thank you for watching. So I have to take this collider and I have to extract the goddamn geometric makeup of this thing. So I'm going to take the mesh. You remember the mesh, right? I talked about the mesh earlier. So I take the mesh and I take out all of the triangles because every mesh is made up of triangles. So for this square, you have 2 triangles. You have the sub and you have the dom. First step is to turn all of these triangles into a list of edges. What is an edge, you might say? I'm glad you asked. An edge is when you have a vertex and another vertex, and then you bridge them together. You bridge the gap. The bridge is the edge. So this is an edge. You have an edge now. So now I'm going to turn the triangle into a bunch of edges with my little magic wand. Abracadabra, zippity boo! Okay, so all of the triangles, there's 2 triangles, now there's all the vertices, and we bridge the things between them, so now we have a bunch of edges, and now we're left with, what, how many? We have 6 edges. So you could actually just have the thing draw it out right now. It's gonna be a big fucking mess though. Here's the genius thing, right? Because I have all of these edges, like I have edges that outline the thing, but now I have 2 diagonal edges. It doesn't look like I have 2 diagonal ones. It looks like just one, but they're overlapping. Now, this is the part where that smart boy on Unity just shows how fucking smart he is with his degree and whoa, he went to college. Fucking. He said, whenever you have triangles that make up a shape, the inner edges of the triangles are always going to overlap, while the outer edges aren't going to overlap at all. Whenever you have any kind of shape at all with this sort of geometry thing going on, you're always going to have the edges on the inside overlapping each other. So I just use that concept alone and I just erase any edge that's inside. Like any overlapping edges, I'll just delete both of them, and now I'm left with only the outer edges, which is perfect. But not ready yet, because everything is still out of order. So you might ask, why the fuck did you go through all of that time and now you're still back where you were? Well, I'll get to that, so please just wait, okay? I was like 7 hours through, so just wait for the next 3 hours. We're almost done, okay? Just drink your Coke. You have a Coke next to you. Drink the Coke and shut the fuck up. So now that I have the edges, I can kind of go through every vertex linearly just by using the edges as points of reference. And now, we drew the fucking thing! Imagine all that work just for this. Are you kidding me? So now, finally, 10 hours later, I can turn room colliders into icons for the map.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? The past 10 hours were for fucking nothing! Let me show you why!
Alright, so right here, we have a room. And the room is made up of cells. This is how... Can you even see it with the camera? Okay, let's get closer. We're moving here. Are we in frame? This is a room. The room is made up of 4 cells. That's how I make it grid-based. The cells are the same size. The rooms are whatever size they wish they were. Now, what I did was I took the collider of the room, of the entire room, which is a composite collider made up of all the colliders of the cells. I'm rambling, you don't need to know this shit. But anyway, I processed the collider into all of this fucking geometry shit that you watched me rambling on for like the past 6 minutes, and I turned it into a shape. Now, what I could have done instead of spending 10 hours to do this shit was just turn one cell into an icon, and then I could have added all of the cells' icons together and then erase the fucking lines between them, and oh, what do you know? What do you know? It's faster, it's programmatically faster, it's simpler to do, it's a lot easier to maintain, and it takes a lot less fucking energy to do. I could have thought for... Shit, I dropped the thing. I could have thought for like 2 more minutes. Just 2 more minutes. Just 2 more fucking minutes. And I wouldn't have had to do the 10 hours! Jump cut, an abrupt transition from one scene to another. And the minimap's finally done! It's not finished yet though. I still need to display like different room types, because there's gonna be different room types, and I need to show the passages between rooms, and also some stylistic things, because, you know, I want it to look good. It's not gonna look like this forever. It just looks like this for now. It's Chunkee's for now. How are my audio levels? Are they good? Okay, they're good. Let me fix my hair. How does the video end? Oh my god, that could have killed you! That could have hurt you! Oh my fucking god. This is like heavy wood in here. That's dropping like more than 2 meters. If that fell on him, that could have hurt him. Don't get a kitten unless you're absolutely sure that you can handle one. Whew. That frazzled me. That frazzled me. I was gonna get into... Oh no, there's tea on the... Oh fuck, there's tea on the blazer. There's real tea in here. This isn't a prop. This is real. I was gonna do a whole therapist shtick. Alright, let's let the hair down, fuck it. The therapist thing's over anyway. I was gonna get into a whole therapist shtick, like you know, unfortunately we are out of time kind of thing. I even got I got pills. But you know, I wasn't kidding about being out of time. That wasn't a bit. I am actually out of time. I'm gonna take this blazer off. This shit is getting hot. This video is taking a lot longer than expected to make. Originally I wanted to finish it in a week, and it's been 3. So, you know, I'm gonna pinch this one off here. Ideally, the logs don't take that long to make, but this one is actually taking longer than the thing I'm actually doing the log about. So yeah, I'm ending this one here. Sorry to disappoint. There's enough footage for a part 2 that, you know, probably gonna make in the future, but I'm not gonna give you guys a date on it. I'm just gonna make it when I make it, cause, you know, I'm a game dev, not a YouTuber. So maybe I start paying an editor in the future, who knows, but for now, I'm signing off. See you guys, thanks for watching.